As patriotic fervor courses through my veins, I invoke the mantra, no victor, no vanquish, to underscore the futility of the war-ravaging Anglophone Cameroon. It is imperative that those who instigated this conflict acknowledge that they have bitten off more than they can chew. The devastating impact of this war on our communities is a stark reminder that military might alone cannot resolve the complex issues that have led to the crisis. Cameroon stands at a precarious crossroads, with military vehicles being blasted and incinerated, soldiers, civilians, and separatist fighters losing their lives. Despite claims of normalcy, the security situation in both regions still remains volatile. The war's guerrilla nature renders it unwinnable for either side, and the longer it persists, the more entrenched the divisions will become. The belligerents' consciences should be stirred by the devastating impact of their actions, which are precipitating the nation's downfall. Innocent civilians are caught in the crossfire, their lives forever changed by the trauma and loss they've endured. This conflict is a proxy war fought by bloated egos, with citizens and the general interest of Cameroon being mere collateral damage. It is an affront to young and valiant soldiers that they are paying the ultimate price in this senseless war. The situation demands that every Cameroonian pray and beg for peace, rather than perpetuating a conflict that has no clear victor. How can we justify this war when thousands of citizens are perishing and the warlords reap unduly from the conflict economy? The Bible reminds us that there is time for everything. There is time to sow and time to reap. Conversely, sowing peace will bring forth a virtuous harvest. It's time for those embroiled in this titanic war to pause and reflect on the consequences of their actions. None will enjoy impunity forever. Let's prioritize peace and dialogue rather than perpetuating this senseless conflict. We owe it to ourselves, our children, and future generations to find a peaceful solution to this crisis. The path forward requires courage, compromise, and a willingness to listen to opposing views. We must create a platform for inclusive dialogue where all stakeholders can come together to discuss their grievances and work towards a mutually beneficial solution. This is not a task for the faint of heart, but it is a necessary step towards healing the wounds of this nation and building a brighter future. As we move forward, we must also acknowledge the role of leadership in perpetuating this conflict. Those in positions of power must be willing to make difficult decisions and take bold steps towards peace. They must prioritize the interests of the nation over personal or partisan interest and work towards creating a more inclusive and equitable society. Ultimately, the fate of this nation rests in our hands. We can choose to perpetuate this senseless conflict, or we can work towards a peaceful resolution.
From the forest to the world.